Heavy metal music is a phenomenon that continues to survive the fashionable changes in rock and roll. It's played loud, fast, and simple, a formula that's been successful for bands from Led Zeppelin to Van Halen. England's #1 power trio Motorhead just recently did 2 sellout shows at the Music Hall here in Toronto as part of their first North American tour, supporting their first North American release, the Ace of Spades. Noise is a big part of Motorhead mania. The group are said to pursue a traditional booze and brain damage lifestyle, and Motorhead fans are part of a delirious fanatical subculture known as headbangers. In this British documentary, fans in patched denim, long hair, and studded leather are seen in a heads-down, no-nonsense, mindless boogie, playing imaginary air guitars and cut-out cardboard instruments along with the music. Years of steady touring on rock's poverty trail and a swing back towards basic rock tastes have earned Motorhead a devoted following, such as these fans who met the group at Toronto's record Peddler. Motorhead formed back in 1975 during the middle of the punk rock explosion in England. I asked bass player and group founder Lemmy if there was a problem being a heavy metal band in the punk era.
No, we got accepted by the punk thing completely. I don't know. Well, I suppose it was because our music was the same sort of pace and the same sort of ferocity as they were, you know.
But, because we talk to anybody.
Yeah, right, because we don't mind who we talk to. It was easy, you know. We used to do gigs, there'd be the adverts and then Motorhead and then the Damned, you know. And we got the odd bottle, that was about all. But the adverts got more bottles than we did, so that was all right, you know.
Something that strikes me about hard rock fans is the fact that they're so devoted to the band. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You should ask them about that, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's something that we've never. It's something that I've never done. You know, like when I was a rock fan, when I used to go to concerts. I mean, I used to go and enjoy bands and that, but I'd never queue up for autographs or wear patches on my jacket and anything like that. So it's something we don't know about, really. We'd have to ask the fans about that. I mean, it's a great compliment, but.
What's the hard rock scene in the UK like now?
Well, it's total, man.
Saturated.
That's all it is, yeah. Yeah, you got the Police and a couple of other bands, but basically it's heavy metal long hair now, you know. Sort of back into fashion.
We saw something happen with, what they tagged with the label of New Wave, and that there were so many people doing it that the music actually lost out because people who couldn't even play were getting up on stage and making a success of themselves.
Right, yeah.
Do you think that the same thing is going to happen with heavy metal?
No, I don't think it's possible to happen with heavy metal.
It seems to breed different, better musicians, I think, this heavy metal rock music. You know, like with the punk things, as you were saying, like 15, 16-year-old kids could get up and whack 3 chords out and scream, you know, I don't care because it's not fair, you know, and all that. And like, I don't know, I think people who play rock music, heavy metal, take it more seriously and are a bit more wary of getting on stage before they can actually play, you know.
If the punks are out there screaming, I don't care, what are you guys out there saying?
Oh, we don't care either.
Yeah, we've just been doing it longer, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't cared for longer.
You've adopted the Ace of Spades as your motif. Why the Ace of Spades?
Because it's bad luck. Ace of Spades is bad luck, isn't it? See? So we figured if we use bad luck as our theme, then it can't get any worse. You know, in the beginning, because it was getting worse, so I figured, well, go to the bottom, you know. Use all the bad luck signs, born to lose, live to win, right?
And I'm a pessimist as well. I would rather be a pessimist than if you
don't get disappointed.
If you're a pessimist and things don't work out, then you've got nothing to be disappointed about. So, so most of the time I'm quite happy because things always go better than what I think they're going to do.
And this picture on the front of the Ace of Spades album, that of the bad boy cowboy bandit image, you look more like a Texas rock band than a UK rock band.
Yeah, well, everybody's brought up on John Wayne movies, aren't they? You know.
Well, this was actually photographed in a sandstone quarry in Barnet, just outside London, believe it or not, and that sky is real.
What do you think of critics who say that Motorhead are 3 stupid people playing loud rock?
I think critics are stupid people. I ain't playing no music for no critics. I'm playing for the audience. I ain't playing for no critics. They can go and do things they can't say on TV to themselves with a large meat hook.
That's another good thing about coming up the hard way, I suppose. You know, if you let people, like a lot of bands, let things like that get to them. You know, if comments and critics things get made, you know, and said, like, you know, as you just said, like with 3 stupid people playing stupid music. I don't care, we don't care what people say about us. If that's what we want to say, there's X thousand kids out there who will disagree with them and probably rip their arms off and beat them to death with them if they ever met them, you know. So, I mean, things like that don't matter to us. Just goes over the top, you know.
We've seen this huge heavy metal resurgence going on in England. Started, I guess, when, 1978, first part of 79? Yeah. Do you feel that you were, in part, responsible for that?
I don't know. I suppose we could have been.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I mean, it seemed to start with us. After us, there seemed to be a lot more long-haired bands coming up and turning the amplifiers up, you know. But it was, I think it was the punk thing that started it.
People were looking for something different, or they were looking for the same energy, but in a different way?
Same energy with long hair,
The
really.
kids had always been there, you know, but once the punk thing happened, you know, all the other bands, they all went away, you know, like Sabbath and bands like that. They all left the country, you know, and the ones that were left got their hair cut. And like, we were the only ones that were sort of flying the flag at the time, you know. And once the punk thing died, there was room for everybody there.
And there was still that audience out there ready to pick
The
up on
audience
it.
always waiting for it, you know.
The audience has always been there. It's just the lack of live bands at that time, you know.
How do you feel about the headbangers, the people that come right down at the front of the stage? Are they really a part of the essence of what Motorhead is?
It's up to them, whatever they want to do, you know. If they want to smash their head on the stage, let them do it.
I would much rather them be doing that than sitting in their seats going,
Yeah, right.
you know, I mean, that's boring, you know. If, the more kids that get up and dance about and bang their heads and jump up and down, the better.